Well, after 24 hours around Spa, we now make it to the first race following that race. And we're here with the third round of the Top Fuel Races Summer Light Series, the BOFA Broadcasting Summer and Indy Lights Shootout, I think. Anyway, we're here at New Hampshire. Qualifying is already underway. We're already 4 minutes in, so let's go straight to the action. But first, let's give a plug to Wednesday night's action. And that's going to be the Top Fuel Racing Raceanniversary, 4 years of racing and counting. That's going to be the first ever race in the IR18 around our first ever trip to Donington Park. So that is going to be a special race to look forward to on Wednesday night. So do not miss that one by any means. But anyway, let's go to our main event for tonight. There it is. And yes, again, qualifying is underway. So without further ado, let's go to whatever qualifying we have left. I've had a bit of a rough one tonight. I was not expecting to be here tonight, but I'm here anyway, so thanks, Tony. Anyway, let's go to it, shall we? Got Tyler Vickery out on track right now. Tyler Vickery's not out on track, he's stopped in the middle of the track. Got Brinton out on track in the Vinnie Paul Pantera paint scheme. Ran that last week, but didn't get a good enough run of it last week, so he's running it again tonight here at New Hampshire. Scott Brinton goes to the top of the standings, beating Jake Champion by 78 thousandths of a second. So great move there by Mr. Brinton. So third round of the Summer Light Series. We've had two different winners. Are we going to get a first repeat winner here, or are we going to get our third different winner in a row? Who knows? Some of these drivers are going to be feeling it today after the running the 24 hours of Spa, most notably Nate Siefker, Ronnie Osmer, Tyler Vickery, Rick Raven, Ernie Ludwig, Sage Karam, and of course Scott Brinton. All ran the 24 hours of Spa. Because we've got Ernie Ludwig out on track, and we've actually got Sage Karam out on track, so let's go to him. We're in a new paint scheme here tonight. See where he's going to put it out on the track tonight. Not been the fastest out there tonight, so bit of a difficult run here for Sage Karam as he comes out of turn 2 into turn 3. Across the line. That's going to put him only P10. So struggling in qualifying is Sage Karam. Not what we usually like to see here. Well, that is going to be qualifying out of the way. I'm just going to go for a quick ad break before we go to tonight's national anthem.
You want to race in NASCAR.
Welcome back to New Hampshire as we are getting ready to go green here at this short track. Got Brinton, the man sitting on the pole here for this race. Let's go through the grid quickly before they get going. They've got 2 laps before they get going, so no worries there. Regardless, let's go through the grid. Yeah, of course. Great, fantastic. Please bear with me while this takes forever and a day to load in. I'll get through the grid once we've gone green, I suppose. Anyway, let's go back to the grid. Starting up in the pole is Scott Brinton. He'll be joined in the front row by Jake Champion. Row 2 will be Jeff Hollingsworth and Nate Siefka. Row 3 will be Michael Jeans and Tony Royce. Row 4 will be Ronnie Osmer and Damon Martinez. And row 5 will be Kyle Strykars and Sage Karam, not where he wanted to be so far in this qualifying. Row 6 will be Paul Cronwright and Tyler Vickery. Row 7 will be Ernie Ludwig and Carl Burke. Row 8 will be Rick Raven and James McDavid, not where they wanted to be either. And row 9 and starting shotgun on the field will be Robert Hill Jr. and Kevin O'Brien. Robert Hill Jr. obviously another one feeling it after last night's, after yesterday's 24 hours of Spa. Anyway, let's get into this thing as we are about to go clean and green here, live from New Hampshire. Race cards off and we're underway here. Got Brinton getting off to a clean start, but Jake Champion's going to be right there with him. We've got 18 cars taking the green here tonight. Into turn 3 they go, all racing together. As they come out of turn 4, Scott Brinton is your leader. Nate Siefka going to challenge for second place, but doesn't make the move stick. Jeff Hollingsworth is going to be there. Remember, he won this race last week, so he'll be looking to get a good result here tonight. Michael Jeans right behind him, had a terrible race last week. Ronnie Osmer was the man that finished up there last week as well. Carl Strykars, he was fastest in hot lap sessions. He's currently racing with Tony Rice there. Rice on the outside. Able to hold off Strykars and Karam at the same time. So far anyway. Still watching Strykars as there's David Martinez right behind him. Back at the front, Scott Brinson still leading this thing, but Jake Champion looking to try and take the position away from him, doesn't take it. Nate Siefka still working on the outside of Champion there as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Champion still going to try and keep him wound up and try and get past Scott Brinson at the same time. Not going to make it work. Ronnie Osmer running right behind Michael Jeans there. Hollingsworth right on the tail of Nate Siefka now as they come out of turn 4. On lap 5 now of 135. There goes Michael Jeans. What a dive there on Hollingsworth. Everybody's settling down for what seems to be a decent run so far. We're already on lap 5, just about to tick over to lap 6. Michael Jeans still working that bottom line though. Ronnie Osborne getting a better run on the outside line, manages to stay in that 5th position right behind Jeff Hollingsworth. Sage Karam already ahead of Tony Rice and working on the inside of Michael Jeans. He is now working his way through the field. Right behind Karam is Tony Rice. He's actually right ahead of Carl Strykars. Strykars going to move to the inside. And Paul Crumroy right there. Those colours are very similar to Kevin O'Brien's car, I will say. But right there behind them is Rick Raven. Another man that ran the 24 hours of Spa. Almost gets into the back of Paul Crumroy coming out of turn 2. Damon Martinez is right there. Tyler Vickery is there. Carl Burke is back there in P14. Oh no! Martinez and Tony Rice in trouble. Caution's going to come out. Let's go back and find out what happened there. Rice got up into the wall, came down the track and took Martinez with him. Vickery looking up to get caught up in that. That's going to bring out caution number 1 here at New Hampshire. Incident between Tony Rice after hitting the wall and coming down the track and taking Damon Martinez with him. Martinez just coming out of pit road now as it looks like Scott Brinson's caught up behind the pace car. He stays out as it looks like a lot of people coming down. Jake Champion going to bring it down pit side. Followed by Nate Siefka, Jeff Hollingsworth, Ronnie Osmer, Michael Jeans, and it looks like Rick Raven's in as well. He is. Right behind him is James McDavid running a new paint scheme here tonight, running a yellow Ferrari scheme. Interesting. Robert Hill Jr. running an all-white paint scheme. Scott Brinson, the man that stays out. Sage Karam stayed out too. Carl Stryker stayed out. Paul Crumroy stayed out. Carl Burke stayed out. And Tyler Vickery stayed out too. Take a look at that paint scheme on Sage Karam's car. Very interesting paint scheme. It's like a hybrid Red Bull scheme. Very interesting. Carl Stryker's there in 3rd, Paul Crumroy in 4th, Carl Burke in 5th. Expect the lights to go off the pace car very quickly, as the first caution usually does go by very quickly. Like Kevin O'Brien's bringing it back pit side as the lights are off already, and we're going to get him going green again. Got Brinson at the point. Sage Karam sits in 2nd. as they make their way through the final corners to get this thing going again. And away we go. Scott Brinton not wasting any time, and away we go, back under green again. They're going to go straight to single file. Michael Jeans battling it out with Ronnie Osmer back there. No, it's not Ronnie Osmer, it's Tyler Vickery. Michael Jeans on the freshest tyres between those guys. He's going to make his way to the front very quickly. Or as quickly as he can anyway. Scott Brinton still holding on to the lead there. The reigning and defending Top Fuel IndyCar League champion. Remember, he's going to start defending his title on Wednesday when we go to Donington Park in the IR18. Reminds me I need to start prepping for that. As Brinton's going to duck down to the inside to defend his line into turns 3 and 4. Sage Karam not really going to make any moves at this point as they come out of turn 4 towards the start finish line again to begin lap 13 of 135 here. Brinton's still defending that bottom line. Doesn't want Sage Karam to try and take it, but we've seen from previous races on this track in different formats that the high line, the middle and the high line are the more favourable lines. But Brinton needs to be careful at that point. Let's go back further in the field. Rick Raven still running strong now. He's still in the top 10. He's just ahead of Ronnie Osmer. Michael Jeans actually falling behind Tyler Vickery now with Jake Champion right next to him. Champion not going to make a move on him this early in a run. It looks like Paul Cromwell's going to move to the inside of Carl Berg. And Carl Strikers as they come out of turn 2. There's Tyler Vickery making a bold move there. He's falling backwards now actually. Something wrong with Vickery there. As he's got some left side damage. Not sure what happened to him there. Might have got into it with somebody further up the field. Last week's winner Jeff Hollingsworth, who's sitting back there in P12. Right behind Nate Siefke. Rick Raven's going to take a look to the inside of Jake Champion as they go into turns 1 and 2. He's actually going to make it stick there as he almost goes. Oh, he gets into it, Michael Jeans! Jeans around. That's going to bring out caution number 2. And that was just good old aero push bringing that one out. Let's take a look at that. Take a look at it from Rick Raven's point of view. They just pushed up the track, got a lot of aero push, and nothing could be done about that. It was just pure aero push that took him up the track and into the side of Michael Jeans. It's just a racing incident, unfortunately. Rick Raven and Michael Jeans getting into it there. Jeans trying to limp it back to pit road. Kicks it into his pit box. No harm, no foul, as it looks like Scott Brinton's been in pit road, and he is. Jake Champion's in again. Jeff Hollingsworth is in again. Sage Karam is in too. He's going to beat Scott Brinton out of pit road. Bit of a different strategy though for Karam, as Brinton is still in pit road. And he... Oh, wow. Brinson taking a whole boat of fuel there. Champion 2 taking a bit of fuel. So did Paul Crumwright. Jeff Hollingsworth took a load of fuel. And Carl Burke took a lot of fuel. Man at the point right now is Carl Strikers. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh, oh. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
And we are back live here at New Hampshire. Carl Strikers about to bring them back to the green. We are 2x2 again here. So anything to play for here. Our third different leader here actually tonight. Our second different leader. As they're going through turns 3 and 4. Waiting for that pace car to make that hard left turn. Striker's going to bring him back to green. Rick Raven on the front row too, and away we go. Green flag is out again, and almost immediately Ronnie Osborne's going to try and challenge for that second spot. Nate Siefka's right there as well. Everybody getting through the first 2 corners safely and soundly. Still working to the inside of Nate Siefka. Sage Karam's right there behind him as well. Now working to the outside of Osmer as they go towards turn 3. Siefka not having the speed through turns 3 and 4, but he is right behind Rick Raven as they come out of turn 4 towards the line again. Siefka's going to try the bottom line on Rick Raven. And Carl Strikers, what a dive bomb there by Nate Siefka. Gets second place from Raven, but can he get it from Strikers at the same time? No, Strikers actually defending. Half-hearted defending as here comes Siefka again, still holding that middle line. Side by side with Raven as they come out of turn 2. Somebody tapped the wall there coming out of turn 2. Wondering if it was Vickery maybe. Scott Brinson there on the outside of Jake Champion. Those two started on the front row of this race. Brinson doing well to hold off Champion there in the 100. Jake Champion. Oh, under pressure. Oh, James McDavid almost getting it wrong there. Almost disaster for James McDavid. Three wide going through turns 3 and 4. That's O'Brien on the outside, McDavid on the inside, and Robert Hill Jr. through the middle. They all get straightened out though. This track's wide enough for these cars to do this. The winner of that battle was Kevin O'Brien. He moves up to P14 now. Back to the front. Rick Raven has taken over the lead. Carl Strykars is in a bit of trouble. He's already lost second place to Nate Siefka. Looks like he's in danger of losing third place to Sage Karam. As there goes Nate Siefka to the inside of Rick Raven into turn 3. Strykar's going to make another dive back towards first and second. Oh, and Raven gets into the back of Nate Siefka. Going to lose him a bit of speed. Luckily, it was tyre contact and no damage involved there. There goes Sage Karam to the inside of Nate Siefka now. Sage Karam up to second. Carl Strykars is actually in trouble from Tyler Vickery now. Vickery fancies a chance of going up there towards the top 3. His teammate Ronnie Osborne might have something to say about it as he works to the outside of the 24. Away they go towards turn 3. Rick Raven is one lucky man right now. Managed to get away from that incident with Nate Siefka with no damage whatsoever. However, Siefka doesn't have damage either. So yeah, it was basically just tyre rubbing between the two. Oh, and there goes Vickery into the wall. Rick Raven's caught up in it. What happened there? Go back. Takes the outside line. Just went too far wide and into the wall outside of turn 2. Looks like Rick Raven just moving out of the way to avoid him and just gets away with it. Rick Raven. Getting the lucky guy award again. Let's go back and see it from his point of view. Had to brush on the wall himself. Amazingly, he manages to avoid Vickery as Vickery's pirouetting through down the backstretch. And yeah, we're under caution once again. Scott Brinson going to stay out and Paul Crumright as well. Making the pit stops. Rick Raven also in pit road. Tyler Vickery does have a fast repair, so he can get it fixed and get back out there. Not the way he wanted to see the start of this race to go. Ran too far wide coming out of turn 2 and just absolutely annihilated the wall. Scott Brinson though, no such troubles for him. Same for his teammate Paul Crumright. There in second place. Ernie Ludwig, not spoke about him much tonight. He is there in third. Yeah, good racing so far. Under our third caution now. But interesting racing going on so far. Sage Karam is back in pit road to get an extra top of the fuel. Rick Raven is back out on track. And you know what? I think I might speak to Rick Raven. I'm not sure how pissed off he's going to be, but actually, you know what? I think I'll leave him alone. So, Back to the front of the field. Scott Brinson will be the man to bring them back to green again. It looks like Rick Raven's coming back down pit road for a top off of fuel. Same for Sage Karam. Lights are off on the pace car. Brinson going to bring him back to the green. His teammate Paul Cromroy is going to be on his outside. Ernie Ludwig is right there as well. Carl Burke is there. Robert Hill Jr. there too. And look for Nate Siefke. He's the man on the freshest tyres out there. We're going to go again. Got Brinson waiting for the pace car to peel off, and then he's going to get them going one more time. And away we go. Green flag is out. Scott Brinson not wasting any time at all. He's done this already. This is the third time he's done this. Not wasting any time at the start. Nate Siefke already working on the back of Carl Burke. And he's right behind Paul Cromroy as they come out of turn 2. Oh, Cromroy and Siefke can get into it. Carl Burke's in it. Ronnie Osmond's in it. Oh my God. Big hits there. Was only Ludwig in that as well? Was only Ludwig? Oh my God. See what happened from... Oh, okay. Not going to mention what that looks similar to. But it started with Nate Siefke. Go back and see what happened with him. Nate Siefke got around Carl Burke, jumped to the inside of Cromroy. Cromroy didn't see him coming, and the melee just happened behind him. From Cromroy's point of view on the gyro cam. Yeah, it looks like he got bumped by Siefke, and then it all just started from there. Carl Burke getting some of Michael Jeans in it again as well. Looks like James McDavid was in it. Scott Brinson not wanting to see that caution at this point in the race. As he holds on to the lead. Nate Siefke might have a bit of a tongue lashing after that, because it looked like it was him that brought up, that was the orchestrator of the incident. But regardless, he stays in second place. Robert Hill Jr. is the man in third place. Damon Martinez is in fourth, despite having that incident with Tony Rice earlier. Jeff Hollingsworth in fifth. A champion in sixth. Carl Strykart is in seventh. Sage Karam in eighth. Rick Raven currently ninth. James McDavid is in the last spot in the top 10. Kevin O'Brien is in 11th. Carl Burke in 12th. Ronnie Osmer is in pit road. He's one lap, first car a lap down. He's in 13th. Ernie Ludwig is in 14th. Back out on track after such a horrific incident for him. Ended up in the catch fence. Tony Rice out on track as well. Paul Cromroy just coming out of pit road now. Michael Jeans is unfortunately behind the wall. We're just going to take it pit side for ourselves for a second. We'll be back in about 30 to...
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the...
You want to race in NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR Ignite Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details. So, you want to race in NASCAR.
And we're back live here at New Hampshire. Pace cars getting ready to go off again as we're going to bring them to green one more time. And away we go again. Scott Brinson brings him back to the green. And he holds on to the lead. Nate Seifka already under pressure from David Martinez. As it looks like Robert Hill Jr. had got off to a bad restart there. He's already got Jake Champion to his outside. Here come Jeff Hollingsworth and Sage Karam as well. Karam there in P6. Looks like Champion's going to actually get the pass done on the outside of Robert Hill Jr. And he does. Great move there. It looks like Hollingsworth is dropping back. He is. He's dropping to the back of the field. As we go back to the front there, Scott Brinson still under pressure from Nate Seifka. Nate Seifka sitting there in second. David Martinez up to third. Now Jake Champion is in fourth, and Sage Karam challenging him there for that fourth spot. And he's working on the outside of the 100 as they go towards turn one. And he makes it work. Great move there by Sage Karam. He's already up to P4 now, working on David Martinez. Is going to turn three, gets a bit of a slide going through the three. That's going to let Jake Champion get another run on him as he tries to get that position back from the number three. Further back, Carl Strykars is working on the inside of Robert Hill Jr. Rick Raven's right there behind them as well. Just going on to lap 46 of 135 here. Rick Raven getting a pull off Robert Hill Jr.'s car, but Carl Strykers got the inside line and Strykers is around. Manages to save it. What a save there by the 07. Strykers is very, very lucky to keep that car going as Rick Raven is there in P7. Got Paul Crumright catching up to him, but Crumright is 2 laps down. Meanwhile, back at the front, Scott Brinson still under pressure from Nate Seifka. And Sage Karam is right there as well. He's managed to get around Damon Martinez after all that. On lap 49 of 135. Or lap 48, I don't know. Back further in the field, we've got James McDavid there in the 96, sitting in P9. Another top 10 finish will go down nicely for this gentleman. Had a very impressive run in this season, in this series so far. Got Tyler Vickery working to his outside. Vickery looking to get laps back. Carl Strykars though is on the same lap as McDavid as it goes to the outside. Looks like McDavid got a bit of a Going a bit slow through turns 1 and 2. There comes Jeff Hollingsworth as well. Or is that only Ludwig? It's only Ludwig, who's right behind McDavid. Jeff Hollingsworth just running on his own right now. Winner from last week at Dover. Not sure what his strategy here is. I think he just wants to stay out of trouble at this point. But he's right there at the back. He's not completely at the back, as Tony Rice is back there too. All on his own. Back at the front, Scott Brinson leading a nice big line of cars there. We've got Sage Karam, Martinez, Jake Champion, Robbie Hill Jr. making a move on Champion now as they go through turns 3 and 4. Gets the move done on the outside. Great move there by Hill Jr. Turn 2 there, everybody's still bunched together. Hey, Siefke taking a small look as they go into 3. David Martinez there. Under pressure from Robert Hill Jr. Hill Jr. wants to move up to P4. Scott Brinson doing one hell of a job holding these guys behind him. Doing very well to control the race. As Brinson's in. So the leader in for some tyres and fuel. He was one of the older guys out on track with, I think it was 22 laps on his tyres. So bringing it down for a scheduled stop. Here comes Sage Karam though, right behind our new leader, Nate Siefke. So Siefke under pressure from Sage Karam. David Martinez is there in 3rd. Great Champion is sitting there in 4th. He's under pressure from Rick Raven though. Raven wants to take the inside there. Raven going to make the move. No, he's not. He's going to stay behind Champion. Or is he? He goes to the bottom line there, going through 3 and 4. Tried to dive it in there, but didn't make the move stick. A bit further back, Carl Burke under pressure from Ronnie Osmer, who's unfortunately 1 lap down. Osmer going through the field here. I'm guessing he's going to try and win his lap back the hard way. But if there is another caution here, he will get the lucky dog, so he will get back on the lead lap regardless, provided he's not the caution himself. Got Brinson back out on track. He rejoins in P12, 1 lap down. And Carl Stryker's right behind him. Interesting racing going on between McDavid and Ludwig. As Ludwig backs off, Ludwig is 1 lap down. There's Scott Brinson on the freshest tyres right now. Question is, who else is going to bring it pit side as Nate Siefke. Now 26 laps on his tyres. Sage Karam 24 laps on his tyres. David Martinez 26 laps. Jake Champion 26 laps. Rick Raven 24. Carl Burke, the newest tyres in that little pack there. He is on 22 lap old tyres. Carl Stryker's behind Scott Brinson there in P7. James McDavid still sitting in the top 10. Very good run for him. And Kevin O'Brien, who finished on the podium last week, he is in the top 10 too. And Jeff Hollingsworth, winner from last week, he is there in the top 10. Back at the front though. Nate Siefka still controlling the field here. Wonder how long it's going to be before he has to bring a pit side. Martinez trying to find a line inside of Sage Karam there. Sage Karam defends. To come out of turn 2. Martinez's got to be careful because he's got Jake Champion behind him and Rick Raven. Raven's still trying to find a way past Champion. Another look there by Martinez on Karam. And Jake Champion having a look on Martinez. So testing the waters there as here comes Rick Raven trying to dive it in again. Seems to favour those little dives going into the corner. Everybody getting spread out now at this point. We're on lap 63 of 135. Powering for this race quite nicely, if I'm honest. Bobby Hill Jr. is also on new tyres. Just noticed he's been in pit road. As has Tyler Vickery, but Vickery is 7 laps down now. Sorry, I apologise. Still circulating though. Got to try and bring it home to the finish. But at the front, Nate Siefka just leading this whole pack of cars behind him. Turn 3 they go. Siefka still leads. Sage Karam is in second. Damon Martinez in third. Jake Champion in fourth. Rick Raven is the man rounding out the top 5. Carl Burke is a few car lengths back. He's in P6. Carl Strykars is in 7th. 8th is Jeff Hollingsworth. 9th is Kevin O'Brien, who's right behind Hollingsworth. James McDavid there in P10. Ronnie Osmer still battling with the perpetual leaders as here comes Nate Siefka finally into pit road. Question is he going to come out in front or behind Scott Brinson? Remember Brinson already been in pit road. Question is, by staying out longer, has Nate Siefka either shot himself in the foot or is he going to get out in front of the 14? Actually, here comes Brinson. Siefka's still in this box and Brinson's going to retake the position here. He goes down the long pit straight. Not finish straight and yeah, he's going to get back out. Siefka's going to come out behind Scott Brinson at this point. Almost crosses it. He does cross. Does he cross the line? I don't know. Anyway. Siefka rejoins behind Brinson. Sage Karam in pit road now. Carl Strykars is in pit road. Karam out of pit road now. Is Brinson going to come by? There he is, coming down the start finish straight. Karam not quite up to speed. He'll rejoin the track in front of Brinson. Brinson's right there. All the people pitting behind him. There's Jake Champion in pit road now. Carl Burke and Rick Raven, they're in pit road. Jeff Hollingsworth just coming into his box now. Kevin O'Brien takes over the lead after Damon Martinez brings it down with Paul Crumrine right behind him. So O'Brien using fuel strategy here. Gets passed by Carl Strykars. Nate Siefka lost a ton of positions in that pit stop, you know. He's in his pit box 3 seconds longer than everybody else. He's actually falling behind. He didn't get out in front of... well, he lost positions to Sage Karam, Jake Champion. Brinson was already in front of him when he pitted. When Scott Brinson pitted. Damon Martinez has come out in front of him as well. And Rick Raven, just ahead of him, is there in P6. So Siefka losing a ton of positions there. Scott Brinson already 16 laps on his tyres. As here comes Kevin O'Brien to pit road. That's going to put Sage Karam up into lead now. He is 0.6 of a second clear of Jake Champion, who's now up to second. Scott Brinson sits in third. And is already on the back of Champion now as they make their way through 3 and 4. We're on lap 72 of 135. We are well past halfway here. There goes Brinson through turns 1 and 2. Just losing a bit of ground to Champion there as here comes Ronnie Osmer. Osmer still 1 lap back and would love to get that lap back to Hardway. Brinson, after his pit stops, has lost 2 positions. Falling back to third. He's on the oldest tyres out of this bunch of drivers as well now, after making that extra early pit stop. Sage Karam still leads this piece as they make their way into 3 and 4. Great Champion going to be challenging him though for the lead. Can Champion make a move into turn 1? No, he's not. He's going to file in right behind him. The Sage Karam under a bit of pressure here. Doesn't seem to be liking this track as much as he did at Dover or at Lucas Oil, which were the first 2 races of the season. Seems to be under a lot more pressure here tonight. Jake Champion really fancies Champion's chances of getting to the front, and here he goes to the inside of Sage Karam. Side by side as they come out of turn 2. Sage Karam just got to hold on to it for now. Into turn 3 now. Into turns 1 and 2. Sage just holding on there from Jake Champion. How Champion would love to get a win on his first race of the season here in the Summer Light Series. Summer Light Series into its, I believe it's 2nd season now. I need to look that up. But anyway, this is the first time it's ever been televised. As here comes Damon Martinez to the inside of Brinson. He's just come out of nowhere, got in front of Ronnie Osmer. Now, Ronnie Osmer's lost another position back. Well, spot on the track back a bit further away from the leader. And now we have a 4-car battle for the lead. Rick Raven not so far behind either. And Nate Siefka just there as well. Play the cards right, we could have a 6-car battle for the lead before the next round of pit stops. And I'm going to assume Scott Brinson will be the first one down pit road. He's already got 25 laps on his tyres. Still under pressure from David Martinez, but he's putting Jake Champion under pressure as well. Ronnie Osborne going to try a 3-wide pass here to try and get his lap back, but not going to make it work. But Martinez working on the outside of Brinson there as they go towards turn 1. Looks like Brinson's going to try and resist him on that bottom line as much as he can, but the high line's been working so much better around here. And looks like Martinez has got the position he has. Brinson shuffled down to 4th place. Martinez now working on the back of Jake Champion as they come out of turn 4. There comes Osmer again. Remember, Osmer's not on the lead lap, so don't be confused. If he's trying to pass people, he's trying to get his lap back the hard way. And rightly so. Anybody who's got the same speed as the leaders is well entitled to get their lap back the hard way. But Osmer's got to get around Martinez, Champion and Sage Karam. None of those drivers are easy to pass at all. It looks like Scott Brinson's tyres are starting to fall off now as he's starting to fall away from the top 3. Just as I say that, he puts an outside move on Ronnie Osmer. Rick Raven right behind Scott Brinson now. This is slowly becoming a 6-car battle for the lead. Carl Strykars is a bit too far back. He's back there in P7 with Carl Burke right behind him. Jeff Hollingsworth, not really mentioned him much tonight. He's right there in P9 with James McDavid. Looking odds on for another top 10 here tonight. He is intense. Kevin O'Brien just sitting outside the top 10. He is battling it out with Tony Rice there. And he's got the leaders coming up behind him very quickly. Tony Rice trying to race the Aussie, even though Tony Rice is 2 laps down. Back at the front though, Sage Karam still up there. Getting a bit squirrely there, Nate Siefka. Looking to the inside of Rick Raven. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Almost wheel to wheel there. Siefka decided enough's enough and is making a move on the 17. Drives it down to the bottom of the track, but Rick Raven's going to get more momentum, or is he? No, Siefka's going to take away the position. Going to try and follow his teammate and get a bit of draft off him there. Draft around the short track, that's a new one. But Nate Siefka now up to P4, but no! Here comes Rick Raven, making his trademark dive to the inside. And these do work, I've seen them work before, but Nate Siefka going to resist it at this time. This is working with Ronnie Osborne by the looks of things. Oh, Rick Raven getting a bit loose, coming out of the corner there. Manages to save it, that's going to let Crumroy come to the back of him and overtake him, but Crumroy obviously is 1 lap down. 2 laps down, I take it back. So Rick Raven's going to fall off the pace here. Oh, Strykars is not that far back. Scott Brinson did bring a pit side, he is back out on track. Good to see him actually make the pit stop in the end. Sage Karam Got your man in front, but not for long if Jake Champion has his own way. Champion taking another look to the inside there. In the beginning lap 91 of 135. Tyres are going to be a problem at this point, so people need to be careful. I wouldn't say tyres, but more fuel. You know what I mean. Like I said last week, the tyres on these cars are like hockey pucks. Very difficult to wear out. There we go. For some reason my it was on game capture. Though it was making the race look a lot more better. Oh wow, okay. I'm just trying something out here. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get distracted, but it looks very weird. Looking at it on the broadcast. Oh, we've got a wreck. We've got a huge wreck. And I'm not sure what that was about. Let's go back and find out what happened. Well, I was getting distracted by my own paint scheme. It looked like Scott Brinton was involved in that one. Jake Champion's got some damage on his wing. Let's go back and find out what happened through him, because he was one of the people involved in that. We've got Champion, Martinez and Sifka. Oh, Martinez got to the back of Champion. That's what caused it. Scott Brinson. What happened to Brinson? A bit of wing damage and left side pod damage, but... Oh, he got collected by his own teammate. That's unfortunate. Bad look there for Scott Brinson and for Paul Crumroy for that matter. Both of those guys not having the look they wanted here tonight, and Crumroy's got a severely damaged car now. We'll see it from his point of view. Riding behind Rick Raven. The wrecker just to get a bit... Oh, Rick Raven shot the hole and he found a way through, amazingly. Have a look at that from Rick Raven's point of view. You see the incident there? Rick Raven, the sea's just parted for him. Wow, what a move. But anyway, we're back behind the pace car, and Sage Karam is your man out in front right now, but he's got a lot of lap cars in front of him. Under caution number 5 here. We're just going to go head away for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with some more Top Fuel Racing action. And we're back live here at New Hampshire. Sage Karam about to bring them back to green once more. As the pace car goes off. And Sage Karam brings it back to green again. He had Nate to his outside. Seifka having a bit of a difficult restart there as here comes Rick Raven to the inside of the two. And it's going to be Raven Motorsports 1 and 2. Look at Strikers and Seifka balling out and Strikers goes around. Wow, that was a bit of bumping and banging between the two and the 07. Go back and see that. Looked like Seifka just nudged him out of the way. We are under caution again. What is going on here? It was Paul Crumright. What happened to him? Got on the outside wall and it just launched him. Unfortunate for Paul Crumright. That's going to end his race tonight. What happened to Tyler Vickery though? Oh, he got into the wall as well. And guess what? Alt F4 coming right up. There he goes. We're back under caution again. I'm going for another break. I'll be back in a minute. Are you PH aware?
In NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR at Night Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details. So, you want to race in NASCAR.
We are back live here at New Hampshire. Sorry I keep going for these ad breaks. Yeah. Oh. But anyway, yeah, apologies for the constant outbreaks. I that time I needed to go to the bathroom, but didn't know watching Sage Karam. His mother asked him what he wanted to be, so he decided to be a pace car. Anyway, got to get Sage Karam. Going to bring us back to green here. Pace car's off, and away we go. So, Raven Motorsports, as I believe they're called now, 1 and 2 in the running of this race. They find themselves Sage Karam in the lead, with Rick Raven in second. Hey, Sivka might have something to say about this as well as Jeff Hollingsworth has found his way up there as well. Raven under pressure here, but here comes Jeff Hollingsworth, winner from last week. Working on the outside of Nate Sivka. Scored us in 3rd place right now. Nate Sivka in a bit of trouble here. He dives it into the inside, trying to fend off Carl Burke, who's now up to 5th place. Carl Burke's going to continue, well, tried to work on the outside of Nate Sivka. Sivka shutting the door in his face. Rick Raven, meanwhile, has been passed by Jeff Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth now going to be the man to challenge to the back of Sage Karam, but Sage Karam going to fend him off easily. For the 2 drivers that have won the first 2 races of the season, in 1st and 2nd, Rick Raven sitting in 3rd. Ronnie Osmer is 1 lap down still. Coming to Brian in pit road. We've got someone falling backwards. That is Carl Burke. What happened to him? Oh, just lost the back end of the car. Luckily, nobody hit him. Great driving by Martinez to get around him. So Carl Burke's still got a clean car, but gets demoted back down to P10. Sage Karam is your leader still. Led 40 laps of this thing. We're on lap 109, about to tick over to lap 110. We're going to be 25 laps to go at the end of the next lap. And Sage Karam's going to bring it in. Damon Martinez is in as well. Robert Hill Jr. is with him too. And Carl Burke's going to bring it in. But that gives the lead of the race over to Jeff Hollingsworth. Lead his first lap of the race as Ronnie Osborne finally gets his lucky dog. Apologies for the dead air there. I was feeding my cat. Laugh at it as much as you want, but I was, yeah. My cat was getting on my nerves. Anyway. Let's show the ticker up on the board again because it seemed to have disappeared again. Tell you what, I was getting some awesome shots of the cars on track though with that. So, Jeff Hollingsworth is your man out in front right now. He's not been in pit road, neither has Rick Raven, but Sage Karam, who's back there in P6, he has been in pit road. And is the man on the freshest tyres. It looks like we're going to go 1 to green again. And we are. It looks like they're going to go 2 by 2. We are 25 laps to go, 24 laps to go now after they've crossed the line. Brinson's back in pit road again. Feel bad for that man. Did so well to stay at the front of the field. But anyway, this is where the race is now. It is what it is, unfortunately. And that's where the cards lie on the table. And that man right there, Jeff Hollingsworth, leads this race again into turn 3. Rick Raven in 2nd place. Nate Siefka sitting in 3rd. Jake Champion still up there in the top 5. He's in 4th. Ernie Ludwig, great rebound for him. He's in the top 5. As we're waiting for the pace car to turn into the pit road, and there he goes. And Jeff Hollingsworth not wasting any time, and we're underway again. 23 laps to go on the line. It takes over right now. There we go. As Rick Raven's going to immediately work to the outside of Jeff Hollingsworth as they come out of turn 2. Hollingsworth going to try to defend, try and pinch him up a bit, but not going to work as Rick Raven. A much better run on the outside. Rick Raven's going to take the lead here. Oh, as we've got a crash behind them. Carl Striker, not Carl Striker. Who was that? David Martinez? Looks like Ernie Ludwig and David Martinez. Take a look at what happened to Ludwig, who's been restarted in P5. Oh, got into it. Robert Hill Jr., sorry. Came around and Martinez had nowhere to go. Couldn't avoid that one, unfortunately. And we're under caution number 8 here. Rick Raven given the lead when the caution came out. So great run there for the 17. 22 laps to go. Caution number 8 is out. Let's talk to let's get an interview out there. Let's throw an interview out there, shall we? Let's see if they're going to bring it down pit roads first. If not, I'll be talking to my good buddy Mr. Nate Siefka. Get his thoughts on the race so far in the state that he's in. I mean, just run a 24-hour, well, 36-hour race. Looks like Siefka's going to bring it down pit road. And he is not. So I'm going to talk to Mr. Nate Siefka. What do you think about that?
Sound resumed.
Where is he? There he is. Mr. Nate Siefka, Sam up in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, running near the front for most of the race, you've been bumping and banging and getting into all sorts of trouble, but you're a very tired man in that car. How are you feeling right now?
Exactly that. Tired. I think it's starting to show with my quality of driving tonight. I think I've gotten in 3 incidents that were probably my fault. So it's been a little sloppy from my ends, but hopefully I keep it clean. Hopefully everyone else keeps it clean. Coming to the checkered flag here. That would be the best case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the 24, scoring the best result out of all 4 cars. Today, getting P12 in the RTG car in your second race in what you call like the Spa 26 hours, 36 hours.
Yeah,
so,
we're calling it the Spa 36 for us.
Yeah, but yeah, you had a great run there. Unfortunately, you did have a chance to win, but taken away from you by a lap car. But going into this race, I mean, yeah, like you said, you're probably like a dead man walking right now.
Yeah, worked after the race. Didn't nap or anything, so running pretty poorly right now. Not a very well-oiled machine at the moment.
I bet those 24 cans of Monster, Rockstar are coming to a good use though.
Yep, burned fourth of the case, so.
But anyway, looks like the lights are off on the pace car, Nate. So we're going to let you go. Good luck for the rest of the race, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you in the post-race interviews.
Thank you, Sam.
As that was Nate Seeker. We're about to get him going green again once I'm able to change the cameras over. There we go. Rick Raven going to bring him back to green again. And away we go, under green one more time. Rick Raven gets off to a great start there. Oh, as Seeker's around and Sage Karam's around as well on the infield. Karam able to get it going again. Seeker. No, Karam's around again. Seeker's able to get it going again. I think I might have jinxed him. Sorry, Nate. Sorry, birdie. Seeker, a big incident there for him. Unfortunately, I might have jinxed him, but then again, that's got to give the lead of the race to Rick Raven with 17 laps to go. He's got Jeff Hollingsworth onto his outside. They touch coming out of turn 2. That's going to let Jay Champion get in up to second place. Robert Hill Jr. is up to third. Rick Raven still holds on to the lead of this thing as they come out of turn 3 and 4. "16 laps to go here. Getting excited at this point in the race. Raven is your leader. Champion in second. Robert Hill Jr. in third. No, Jeff Hollingsworth in third, actually. Not Robert Hill Jr. I do apologise. Oh no, Robert Hill Jr.'s connection drop. So that's promoted Hollingsworth up to third. Carl Burke into fourth. Ronnie Osmer up to fifth. Nate Seeker still in fifth place, but a ways back with wing damage. Sage Karam is going to be promoted up to P7. If Robert Hill Jr.'s connection doesn't come back, it's not. James McDavid is still in the top 10. What is this guy doing? What is it? Yeah, anyway, go back to the front. 15 laps to go here. Rick Raven still leads this thing. Jay Champion is in second. Champion going to try and dive it to the inside there. Raven going to defend. Rick Raven gets a better run on that outside line. Holds on to the lead for now. Champion going to try again when they go into turn 3, or is he? Remember, he's got Hollingsworth right behind him. And Hollingsworth wants to get another bite back at Rick Raven. "13 laps to go now. Who is going to take the win here? They're catching up to Sage Karam. Maybe Karam could be a factor here in who wins this race. I know he would love his teammate to win it. There is Jay Champion back there in second place. Is he going to try and dive it in on Raven? No, he's not. He's a bit too far back there. Jeff Hollingsworth still holding on to third. Got Brinson back there, albeit 3 laps down. It's still hanging on to the back of Ronnie Osmer. Osmer's still got that wing damage. Nate Seeker back in 6th place, right behind Carl Strykars. Raven still holding on to this lead. Jake Champion going to try and take it to the inside, but gets shuffled to the outside. That's going to give him a better run going through turns 1 and 2, or is it? Raven still holds on. Getting to the final knockings of this race. We're going to be 10 laps to go at the line. Jake Champion just cannot find a way past Rick Raven as they go into turn 3. Champion going to dive it in at this point. Raven's going to try and keep it wound up on the high side. He does. Still going to be there when they come towards the line. Give that lap to Rick Raven as they go towards turn 1. Jeff Hollingsworth still in this as well. 10 laps to go here at New Hampshire. Jake Champion loses second place to Jeff Hollingsworth. Nine laps to go at the line. Rick Raven still leads this thing. Jeff Hollingsworth and Jake Champion in a race of their own at the moment. Here comes Hollingsworth, going to try and take a bite out the back of Rick Raven's car. Not going to make it work this time. Going towards turn 3 now. Raven a much better run into turn 3. Jake Champion right there as well. Hollingsworth going to try and take a bottom line, but here comes Jake Champion to the outside of Hollingsworth now as they go into turn 1. Champion going to move up to second place. He's going to try and take a stab at Rick Raven here. Not going to make it work. Rick Raven still holding on. Before the back, Carl Burke is right there too as here comes Jake Champion now to the inside of Raven as they go into turn 3. Raven still keeps it wound up on the high side as they come out of 4. Great defending here by the 17. 7 laps to go here. Down the backstretch again. Champion going to give Rick Raven a bit of a nudge, trying to cast him a bit. Oh no! Please don't tell me his connection's dropped. Oh no. Jake Champion's going to take over the lead here. Rick Raven's looks like he's been disqualified. Can't see what happened there, but 6 laps to go now. Now a 2-car race between Jake Champion and Jeff Hollingsworth. Who's going to take the victory out of this one? Jeff Hollingsworth would love his second victory in a row here. Question is, has he got anything for Jake Champion as with 5 laps to go here at New Hampshire? Hollingsworth going to try and get to the back of the 100 as they come out of turn 4. 4 laps to go here. It's a 2-car race. Hollingsworth having a bit of a blink. Can he make a move into turn 1? No, he can't. Champion just holding on. They're coming up on Sage Karam now. Karam going to block them. Is that going to let Hollingsworth get in? With 3 laps to go here, this could be a factor to see who wins this race. Popsicle sticks out this time round. Jeff Hollingsworth still sitting in second place. Can he get around the 100 before this race is done? He's not got long left to do it. Coming out of turn 4 now. Sage Karam still sitting in front of the 100 and the 97, sorry. Ronnie Osborne moves up to turn as here comes Jeff Hollingsworth to the inside of Jake Champion. Side by side as they come out of turn 2. Sage Karam moves out of the way finally. White flag this time round. Jeff Hollingsworth going to try and take the inside line here on Jake Champion. Not going to make it work. Jake Champion gets that lap with 1 lap to go here. The white flag is out. Jake Champion got a couple of car lengths over Jeff Hollingsworth now. Jake Champion looks like he might have this at the back. Can Hollingsworth have one more stab at trying to take the lead? He can't do it. He's too far back. And now Jake Champion comes round the final corner to win it here at New Hampshire. Jeff Hollingsworth going to come home second, but that's going to give him the championship lead here. Ronnie Osmer going to come home for third. Great rebound for him. Carl Birkin fourth. Nate Siefka rounds out the top 5. Sage Karam going to come home 6th. 7th is James McDavid. 8th, Carl Tricars. 9th is Scott Brinson. Rick Raven disqualified, but he is going to get given 10th place regardless. But our man is Mr. Jake Champion. Where is he? Right down pit road. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and find a... There we go. And that is our winner, Mr. Jake Champion. We're going to get to interviews very quickly. Just going to go away for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with some interviews.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh, oh. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. We've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Rejoin us live here from New Hampshire. Race winner, Jake Champion. Fortunately, I don't think he's in TeamSpeak. Yes, he is. We are going to go and speak to our third place finisher. That's Mr. Ronnie Osmer. And he is here with me now. Ronnie, a very difficult race for you here tonight, but still brought it home for third place. How'd you feel?
It was a hard-fought race. It was looking strong early, making moves. And then falling one lap down because of the wreck. I'm still surprised I made it back to the pit stall how that car was driving.
especially in your condition, as well, after running a 36-hour race.
Yeah, I was not running this race 100%. I literally woke up, I think probably an hour and a half before this race even started, and after going to sleep immediately after the spa race finished. So I was racing on. Now I'm not racing 100%, more like 75, 85%.
Absolutely. Well, bring it home for third place you did, but there was a lot of wrecks around you to bring you up there, especially one major disqualification, which is going to we're going to have one upset driver in this league anyway right now. But going through for yourself, I mean, you got put a couple of laps down, getting caught up in one of the cautions. Just talk us through that, and yeah, what did you have to do to try and get back up onto the lead lap after
that? Thankfully, I only went actually one lap down in the incident, so because I was able to limp it back. So I got the fast repair done. It was so painful because I was running what would have been top 5 if that wreck never happened. And I was running with the leaders. I tried to earn my lap back the hard way, but I couldn't get around them. And I didn't want to be dumb lap car and try to wreck them to get it back. So I was sitting there waiting, hoping the caution come out and I can keep the lucky dog. And unfortunately, the two in front of me wrecked and I locked it up. Didn't get my lucky dog, but I was able to get optional done. It was only a short, I think 1 minute optional, so I was able to get it done fast enough to where I could stay on the one lap down. Kept working, kept waiting and waiting, and finally the caution came out. But finally the caution came out to get lucky dog. But my car wasn't strong enough to run up there.
Well, still brought it home for third place, especially after running a race like you did yesterday and today. Good on you for bringing it home there and completing on the podium. With that, with another top 5 here tonight, though, Ronnie, that puts you well into the championship fight in the early running of this season. How do you feel about that going forward?
It definitely helps out a lot. I went into the race second in points, so knowing how Sage had struggled at the end, that should help me out a lot, and catching them in points. And I hope that helps out in points for the long run. So it should be an interesting season.
Absolutely, and going forward. Still, next week we head to the Tricky Triangle and Pocono. What do you think is going to happen in these cars around that track? Because that is going to be huge around there. It's
definitely going to be an entertaining pack race. I know Scott probably doesn't want that, but it's no matter what, it's going to be a pack race. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be exciting. Someone's going to leave even more mad than today, so it's going to be pretty entertaining.
Absolutely. Well, Ronnie, congratulations on third place. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out for? Well, not just for tonight's race, but the 12th place finish you got in the Spa 24 hour.
Shout out to everyone on the Phenomenal Evolution team for the 24-hour Spa. Everyone on Team Ride to Give that did the 36 hours of Spa. Ride to Give, especially PH Aware, Atelion. Team XS, Sem Gear. Thank to you for broadcasting this race. Thanks Scott for this league. Thanks to my parents for letting me have iRacing, and that's it.
All right, Ronnie, we'll let you go, and yeah, congratulations one more time, and well, I'll speak to you tomorrow when we broadcast Paskies.
All right.
Well, that was our third place finisher, Mr. Ronnie Osmer. Let's go to our second place finisher, Mr. Jeff Hollingsworth. Jeff, a very close run race at the end there. Just talk us through those last few laps, because that was definitely exciting to see.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The last few laps was a lot of fun. The beginning of it wasn't great. I thought there was going to be more cautions, so when it was getting hairy, I just dropped to the back, and then I actually ran it out of gas. So if it wouldn't have had that caution that got me back up into the lead group, I wouldn't have been anywhere. But those last few laps were fun. We were racing hard, and hopefully Rick knows that we're just racing. We're not trying to do anything to anybody or wreck anybody. So that's Jake got he's my teammate, and he kind of got caught up in the same thing that I did at Dover, where he tapped him and they called a bump drive. I needed me to do that. But anyways, I had fun. We were racing hard, racing close, and the setup was good, so we weren't all deadlocked. It was really hard to pass, and look forward to the next one.
And going back earlier in the race, though, it seemed like you fell way back away from the pack. Was that just to try and stay out of trouble and just run your own race at that point?
Yes, sir. I just felt like it was just everybody's going too hard, too early, and I came off of 4 and just pulled low and let the whole field go and was just riding around and waiting for that caution, and it happened. So I didn't think it was going to, because we had such a long green run, but it finally did, and I was able to get back on it.
And get back on it you did, and you came home with second place tonight. And I believe that second place is going to put you in the championship lead. Jeff, going forward, how do you feel about that with the next few races coming up?
I missed the race. I don't know how that works.
Oh, did you miss the first race?
Yes, sir, I did. I was on vacation.
Oh, then maybe I'll take a look at the championship standings. But you're definitely right up there anyway, especially with 2 podium finishes, winning last week at Dover and getting a second here. So what are your thoughts going forward? Especially next week we go to Pocono. So what are your thoughts on that track? And What do you
One
think?
of my favorite tracks, and if this car is as fun to drive there as it was here, this flat track, I'm gonna have a blast. I'm looking forward to it. I'm having fun in this league. You know, a lot of really, really close, hard racing in here, and I'm having a blast.
And yeah, definitely. It looks fun out there, I will admit, watching the broadcast. But Jeff, congratulations on the second place here. Definitely in the fight for the championship going forward. Does anybody like to give a shout out for tonight's result?
Sure, I would. First to Scott for putting this league on. It's a great league. 4 years coming up this year is pretty exciting stuff. He does a really good job, and all the sponsors, and you for broadcasting, and all my buddies at Aero Precision Chassis Works. That's my team. Jake's on my team. There's a bunch of us. We've been doing this for a long time together. Hopefully I can get some more of them in here. Wheel with us, but appreciate all of you.
Absolutely, yes. Sorry, anyway. Yeah, it's definitely. Well, congratulations on the second place, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you again next week when we go to Pocono. Are you going to be in the IR18s at Donington on Wednesday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll look.
Yep,
we'll look forward to seeing you there, and yeah, it's going to be a fun race. We'll see you on Wednesday night.
Yeah, man, that's going to be fun for me. I got to turn right.
I do it on a regular basis. I did it for 24 hours over the weekend, so I'm no stranger to it.
I know, man. That was cool. I know. I watched a little bit of it. That's awesome. We had fun. Our APC team won our split in the 24. So.
Oh, nice! Congratulations on that too. So, yeah, definitely. Everybody's a bit tired after the 24 hours, so go and get some rest, and we'll definitely see you Wednesday night when we go to Donington.
Oh, I meant the 24 of Daytona, my friend. We didn't race this one. But anyways, thank you, my friend.
You're very welcome. Anyway, that was Jeff Hollingsworth bringing it up to the booth. Now is our winner. Very close race in there, Jake, but you came home with a W tonight. How'd you feel about that?
Awesome, man. This is my first race back in some time. I pretty much was AFK all season long and decided to come back and qualified second and had a really hard race with a bunch of these people. I really enjoyed it. My heart's out there to Rick. Me and him got a little too close. And it ended his night, unfortunately, and I really wanted to really race that out. The battle between me, him, and Jeff at the very end was just, it was so much fun. I hadn't had this much fun on a sim in quite some time, and I was really wanting to see it out, but it is what it is, and I thought Jeff was going to have a run on me there at the end, but I think I just had a little bit better tires. And I think Sage was the only person that had better tires than me on that last stop there, and got her done and got the victory lane.
Absolutely, and you were right up there for the whole race. I mean, you did fall back for a short while, but definitely a man, definitely a threat throughout the race. How did the car feel out there tonight? Was it to your liking? Obviously, it was in the end because you won it. But how did it feel out there, especially on the short track around New Hampshire?
I've really enjoyed it a lot. I could downshift into fourth gear in the corners. A lot of people weren't really doing that, and I feel like I had an advantage by doing that. I did that almost all race long, and if I was behind somebody and didn't really have the run, I could shift down into sixth gear and just ride behind them. I wish the cars could develop a little bit more of a run. It was, you really had to wait for the person in front of you to mess up to take advantage on it. But it was all around. It was just a lot of fun. It was a really fun setup. I really liked that combo. I love that track in general anyway, but I mean, obviously I won it, right?
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win, Jake. Next week we head to the Tricky Triangle in Pocono in the Pro Mazdas. Just give your thoughts on that track, and will you be there next week?
Yeah. I plan on sticking around for quite some time in this league, switching to the new Indy car soon, and I really like how that car handles. It makes for some really good racing. I've turned some practice laps at Pocono, the new Pocono, and I mean it's pretty similar to the old one, but I think with the Star Mazdas going there next week, we should have some really, really good racing. People should be able to make passes down the straightaways and get runs and stuff, and it'll be a fun one to watch and to race as well.
Absolutely, it's going to be like the widest track in the world for those cars anyway. But you'll be able to go at least 5-6 wide in those. So
plan on it anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, congratulations on the win, Jake. Definitely well deserved after such a feisty battle near the end. Is there anybody who'd like to give a shout out and just give a mention for tonight's win?
Just shout out to Team APC in general. We had a long slump where pretty much nobody was racing for a while, and we're all getting back together and doing things and racing in leagues and racing official again. It's been a lot of fun. I'd like to thank my personal sponsor, Champion Graphics. It's not on my car tonight because I didn't paint a car for Star Mazda yet, but stay tuned for next week because I'll bust one out. But yeah, like us on Facebook, Champion Graphics.
Well, Jake, one more time, congratulations on the win tonight, and we will see you on Wednesday when we go to Donington in the IR18s.
Yes, sir. Hopefully I get interviewed there too. Hopefully I walk away with some money in my pocket.
Well, I'll be on the track with you, so I won't be the one interviewing you if you do.
All right. Well, good luck, sir.
I'm going to need it.
Same here.
Anyway, see you on Wednesday, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
As that was our race winner, Mr. Jake Champion. I just want to give a quick shout out to our BOFA driver of the night. That is going to go to Mr. Ronnie Osma. Being put a lap down and just rebounding brilliantly to bring home the win here tonight. So our BOFA driver of the night, Mr. Ronnie Osma, just drove a 36-hour race and came back and rebounded to finish third tonight. So he is the BOFA driver of the night. Remember, there's no money involved. Just take the glory, okay? But anyway, before we do anything else here tonight, let's go to our results. I can find the correct. There we go, there's the music. Let's go to our results for tonight's race. And coming home with the win on his first race back in the league is Mr. Jake Champion. He's followed by his teammate for APC Racing, Jeff Hollingsworth. Finishing in third was Ronnie Osma. And bringing home fourth place was Carl Burkham, running out the top 5, 15 seconds behind. The leader was Nate Seeker. Coming home in sixth was Sage Karam. Seventh was James with David, another top 10 for him. He's going to be happy with that, and he's in the running for a good run for the championship as well if he keeps up with the results that he's coming in, bringing home tonight. Like he did tonight. Carl Strykar's coming home in 8th place. Scott Brinson rebounding for P9, 3 laps down. And Rick Raven disqualified near the end due to a slight tap between him and Jake Champion. He rounds out the top 10. Finishing 11th was Robbie Hill Jr. 12th was Ernie Ludwig. 13th was Damon Martinez, 14th was Kevin O'Brien, 15th was Tony Rice, 16th was Paul Crumray, 17th Tyler Vickery, 18th Michael Jeans and Bob Lacavara not taking the green here tonight. Well, that is going to do it here tonight. Let's not forget, this Wednesday we have the race anniversary coming up, the first race of 2018 Season 2, and it's in a new car. You see it on the screen there. It's in the IR18. It's going to be one hell of a race. 75 minutes of racing action brought to you live on BOFA Broadcasting. And that is going to do it here for me tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow from, I believe we're going to Pocono tomorrow. In the Paskies Truck Series. That should be fun to see. So stay tuned for that one. We will be here. We'll bring it live and direct from BOFA Broadcasting. That's set to go off at 9:15 PM EST, Eastern Standard Time for those who don't know. But in the meantime, all that's left for me to say right now is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you tomorrow night for the Paskies Cardiac Truck Series, and then Wednesday night for the Race Anniversary. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.